Welcome back to part 5 of Mega Man X4, where after beating the 8 Mavericks, we are all set to take on Repliforce for the final time. And basically what's happening is they're planning on taking off into space. So what we gotta do is cut them off at the spaceport. And this is a pretty short level, even though I actually do like it. I mean, I do like how they set up the obstacles, but this is more one where you do have to focus on the enemies more than anything because there are a ton of guards here. Repliforce definitely plans on keeping their ship intact. I mean, after we blasted just about everything else to Kingdom Come, might as well take out some of their guards while we're at it. And what I'm doing is, I'm abusing the heck out of the aiming laser. And this is one of my favorite weapons, and this stage is definitely one of my favorite weapons to use it. Just because it is pretty easy to take out everything that you see. And who says X is non-violent? But anyway, let's see, what I'm going to do here is just switch the Twin Slasher to deal with these wheel things. And, yeah, outside of that, this is actually a really easy stage, and really all you have to worry about is just falling into pits, and maybe getting hit too much might be a hazard. But, yeah, that's really about it. I mean, the good news about this stage is, because it is so short, you, really don't have to worry about hanging onto your weapons, or you don't have to worry about, you know, anything else that might be a problem. Yeah, I couldn't really come up with anything there. Either way, I was actually going through this pretty slowly, in hindsight. But the easy way to do this is just, use your weapons and just blast everything you see. And, that's really about it. So, let's see, I think after this we should be there, or pretty soon. I'm having a lot of trouble climbing ladders. Actually, I ended up having a lot of trouble during this session of recording. And not really sure why, I just wasn't playing all that well. But either way, now we're at the boss, and the boss is going to be round 2 with the Colonel. Tried to make a dramatic entrance, but unfortunately I could not. And I tried to do the same thing again, and I failed again. Something you'll be seeing quite a bit of throughout these last 2 parts. And, yeah, really all this is just Colonel trying to protect their independence. See, the difference between Colonel in this fight and Colonel in the last fight is that his beams are a lot faster. Or those sword swipe beams. So, yeah, see, at first I tried to dash under and then jump over them, but then I was having a lot of trouble getting that timing right. And then the other thing he likes to do is in the middle of the room, he, likes to generate that lightning. And yeah, I'm actually really sucked at this fight, but either way, the biggest thing you do have to worry about is whenever he uses that, lightning attack, you do have to just, make sure you stay away from where the lightning is, and they will, foreshadow as to where they're gonna go. So you don't really have to worry about that, and I think here I'm just getting a lot more conservative. And yeah, you just dash right through that Frost Tower. His weakness is the Frost Tower, but you can use the Frost Tower in conjunction with the X-Buster. And then that just makes things a little bit easier for you. And yeah, I did end up fighting this a lot more conservatively because what I was doing was not working. I mean, I was still hitting him, but I was still getting hit way too much. And once again, I screw up the timing on that thing. Well, I was just careless. But see, yeah, outside of that, this is a pretty simple fight, but you do have to worry about a few things with his souped up attacks. But yeah, that's really about it. I think I just finished him off here. And see, there is going to be another cutscene, so I'll resume commentary once we get to that one. I mean, once we're done with that one, I should say. But yeah, the Colonel is gone for good now. So now on to stage 2, and here you see. And yeah, it's not like that never bit you in the ass before. But anyway, enjoy the scene.
Oh, not again. Hey, watch it! I'm terribly sorry.
It's me. Those hunters must not be allowed in here. Terminate them!
Roger. What a freak.
Hey, Double, what's the matter?
This is another current. 17th unit. Commander X, please respond.
What happened? Report!
Nothing to worry about.
No further transmissions unless necessary to carry out the operation.
Understood.
I'm breaking contact.
And now, X will be my next target.
I think the only thing more surprising than Double betraying the Maverick Hunters was the voice they decided to use for X. And for those of you wondering, that was actually the same woman who did Mega Man's voice in Mega Man 8. So I guess that's not really too surprising considering that they recycled the same voice actors. And not really sure who did, I think the same guy who was Zero was also Duo. But I think outside of that, the voice actors, well, they're pretty famous for all the wrong reasons. But pretty soon we're going to be facing off against the boss. And see, this is going to be... There, now I finally get that dramatic entrance right. So now there's just some dialogue between Double and X. And then it turns out that certain somebody sent Double from the beginning. And I'm pretty sure you guys already know who that is. But anyway, let's see, this boss fight can be a little tricky because Double does feature a lot of different attacks. Let's see, his weakness is the Storm Cyclone, or whatever that was called, the Double Cyclone. But I would not recommend using that because every time you hit him, he sends those blades out. And you can destroy those blades with the X-Buster, but honestly, this guy is a lot easier with the X-Buster. So you're probably better suited using that. Let's see, the thing that makes him kind of tough is that he is pretty fast, and also his attacks can do some damage. But if you stay far away from him, he's actually pretty easy. And see, that wave's actually a lot easier to avoid, even though it is a lot more daunting. But yeah, outside of that, there really isn't much else to this fight. I just didn't get to the wall in time for that one. But yeah, that's the end of Double. And you know, from all the times you got quote-unquote betrayed, you would think that maybe you'd run a background check on these guys, but then again, I guess they grew beyond background checks in the year 21XX or whatever this is. But anyway, now that that's done with, we're on to Area 2 of the final weapon. And if you do end up getting a game over, you will end up starting back here. So, I mean, game overs really aren't that big a deal considering how short these stages are, but... I mean, they're really not that big an issue. Especially once we get to X5 and X6 where they're just completely pointless, but I'll get those when we get to those. Let's see, here you get two alternate pathways. I'm going to show off the lower path now. I'll show off the upper path with Zero when we get there. I don't know what the hell happened there. Let's see, but yeah, I'm going to show off the lower path now. I actually think I might have gotten this backwards because the upper path might have been easier with X, and the lower path might have been easier with Zero, but... well, we'll have to see because unfortunately I have not gotten around to recording Zero's playthrough yet. But I will do that pretty soon. And incidentally, since it is Halloween, I might end up doing a Halloween Let's Play. And I was thinking about two different things. I was thinking about doing a somewhat blind run of Sweet Home, even though I know somebody else in Let's Play Corner is already doing that, but we'll have to see. Might either do that or I might do uninvited. I think the upside is that uninvited is going to be a lot shorter. But I also feel that Sweet Home is going to be more fun for myself and you guys. Problem is, it's going to take a lot longer, so not really sure if I have the time now. But for some reason, General is as huge as he is. Or the General is as huge as he is. I don't really know who decided to build him that big. But with all that, the main thing General does is that he likes to fly around, likes to use his fists. And the thing you do have to worry about whenever he flies around like that is the ground pound. But the outside of that, this guy's really not that hard if you're X. He is actually much tougher with Zero. Let's see, the biggest thing you have to do is just shoot him in the head. Unfortunately, this is like Sigma and X3 where the hitbox is so small. You're going to be hearing that sound of the X-Buster like getting deflected by General an awful lot. And even though this is a pretty simple fight with X, it is going to take a while because General is a tank. And yeah, that's what I meant by hearing that sound a lot. But the main thing you have to hope for is that he does shoot his fists off a lot. But he is, right now, he's just content with this going back and forth. Well, at least I got him down halfway. One other thing he can do is that he can use his attack where he fires off like all these arrows. And see, I think he might do it here. Yep, there they are. And what I was supposed to do was hover in between. And unfortunately, I did not do that. Yeah, let's just do this the easy way, why not? Yeah, outside of that, I've really got nothing else to say because, the fights here are pretty simple. They just, are either tough because they do a lot of damage, or they're tough because they just take a while to do. I mean, fortunately, General is a nice change of pace, but outside of that, he does take a while to kill, but we finally got him down. So I think the explosions in the X collection might be a little different, but I'm not really sure. And now for our final plot twist, and that is that somebody else is going to be controlling the final weapon. And we will find out who in the finale of Mega Man X4.